Shout out our sponsors, GW Competitions. They run regular draws for you to win different prizes, from cash to Rolexes to cars and all sorts. It's all legit, and the draws are run on Facebook Live and Instagram Live, and you got to be in it to win it. Good luck. We're back again. It's a Big Ego Media podcast. We've got a special guest today, goes by the name of Shotta. But watching the documentary, it was. Let's start from the beginning. I mean, tell us what you want to go by.
Well, as my artist name, Shotta D. Some people call me Shotta that know me personally, but Shotta D.
Yeah.
That's my originator. Where people would know, okay, Shots is back. Like, yeah, that's me.
So, I mean, I put up a little. Sure, everyone's asked me where's the rest of the documentaries, so people understand who you are and where you come from. I put a little documentary of you. How old was you in that documentary?
I was about 15.
About 15. And I mean, going back again, tell us about your upbringing. Where you from, country-wise, parents and so on.
So I'm from North London, Tottenham.
Yeah.
Parents are from Angola, mum's side, dad's side, Congolese mixed up. Angola, Congolese.
Speak Lingala?
I understand it more.
Yeah.
Because it's always in the household, you hear coffee along, but all of that, so you know what's going on. But growing up, what's the question?
Yeah, where did you grow up?
So growing up is just North London, Tottenham, Northumberland Park. That's where it all started.
Yeah.
Northumberland Park, NPK, original.
Yeah. So how was life in your kind of household? Did you have both your parents there?
Yeah, both parents still married up till today.
Yeah.
I got four brothers, including myself, 4 sisters.
9 of you?
There's 8 of us.
Oh, 8 of you, yeah.
8 of us. At the minute, there's 5 grandkids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was you the oldest, youngest?
I'm the 4th child.
You're the 4th child. So did you have the older brothers?
I got 1 older brother, 2 older sisters.
Okay. So in regards to, I guess, your older brother, was it someone that you kind of looked up to, or was he someone that just kept in the straight and narrow?
My older brother, I looked up to him highly.
Yeah.
Big up my older brother, Maestro Glizzy. He's cool. He's the sensible version of me.
Yeah.
Basically, everything that I should have been doing, listening to, focusing on, he's all of those things, Even when we was growing up, like, when you just know yourself, like, nah, you know what, I need to start patterning, and that was him. Even down to when I took my L's or in prison or what have you, I'm looking at him like, right, everything, when it hits you, everything you've been told, I'm seeing my brother doing that, I'm saying, all right, cool. There has to be a transition point at some point. But he never spoke to me for a little while. It took me a little while to understand. Not that he never spoke to me, but it was more like a big bro thing, tough love.
Okay.
I've showed you certain things. But the way you like to go on, there's only so much I can say. Sometimes people have to go through it themselves to understand and feel it, but that was it for me to understand, how to grow, to understand.
How was you sort of academically?
I was cool. I was very good in school, but sometimes when you have your freedom, you just choose not to like what you don't like and choose what to like what you do. My thing was just music. Yeah. Music was the only thing that kept me going.
When did you get into music at the beginning?
From birth. Music started really writing. I'll go back to maybe when I was 10, 11 years old. We had 10, 11 years old, so around them times there, late 90s, early 2000s or something like that, around those times there, Northumberland Park. I remember Double S would have been like one of the first people who I engaged with, because we went to
your area as
club.
well?
He's all from the same area. Yeah. We went to a local youth club, so Double S was one of the first people. And from there, we learned to produce beats, Fruit Loops. Big up ATG as well at the time. They kind of showed us about Fruit Loops, I didn't know how to write lyrics, I didn't know how to spit. It was just beat making, and I was more consumed with beat making. Getting a PC, bare hard drive stacked up, just trying to learn how to make beats. And then over the years, just being in the area, across the road, like I lived across the road, me, Double, so many people, Lady T, Gat Man, big up Gat, Chip. He was part of our little crew. Like, we all had a crew. My older brother, Mice, Dodge. There was a good few people that was a part of our team collective.
And was you guys called NPK at the time, or?
No, it was called Shoddy Crew.
Okay.
So at the time, don't get me wrong, that name was cold. Like, it was just our little thing. Like we're cold with it, boom, 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 boom. There was no youngers in North that was doing what we was doing on a level in terms of how we looked, we was our own kind, how we dressed. We was just so sophisticated for our time, you know what I'm saying? Even probably at the time, one of the first youngers to be on Heat FM, which was a big thing from where we come from. Do you get where I'm coming from? Yeah.
But so, I mean, with that, within the documentary, we see elements of you seem to be getting in trouble all the time at school.
They're good. You see, I had to learn this as well. Sometimes when you're filming with people, and big up Pound Sterling, because I watched all your interviews as well, but Pound Sterling said in his last one, sometimes you have to be careful when you're documenting certain things, because how certain things can come out to look. So at the time, I'm young, but I'm naive at the same time. I don't do excuses in my life, I try not to, but I was very naive, so it's like, not that we never gave a fuck, but yeah, we was, at the time, when I shot that, we grew to be rebels, so everyone was their own character. I'm a little young teenager, I'm Shotta D, you know the ones that like, I was about my thing from early, I was always loving girls.
Because you came across a bit like a bit of a bully, a little bit.
No, so big up my bridge and Ronaldo, that guy is my friend up till today. We're cool, he probably hates me because he's seen that so many times, but no, that was just in school. We used to just ramp. I was the kid in school. If you're playing football at lunchtime or break time, I would come and kick that football or take it and run. No one can do nothing to me, but that's what I was on. Just
but because, a bit of a bully.
No, but they're my friends. They're my friends. It was more banter. Like you kick the ball. Oh, Daniel, come on, man. Kind of thing. But it was cool. I ain't gonna make out like I was crazy in school. I was very cool. I was very popular. Is that right?
Yeah, carry on.
I forgot what I was saying.
Yeah, so that in school. I used to carry on.
I think I was cool in school, but again, when you're growing, you just always want to be involved in things.
Yeah.
So when it's lunchtime, I might be hopping over the school fence at the gate to go Park Lane and go get a cocoa, bread and patty or something.
Yeah.
You know,
just for the sake of doing it.
Just for the sake of doing it. But I didn't want to eat school food.
Yeah.
When you're knowing, I can bust out of school. I want to get out of school now. So we was always up to some type of...
I mean, I'm Congolese, right?
Right.
And I know in the Congolese household, it's tough to get away with things a lot of times.
100%.
So
I went through it.
How was it then? Because you're getting in trouble in school and your parents are sort of seeing this. At home, was you act like an angel or was it?
So if I be honest with you, it wasn't like, oh, my parents don't care. Let's just get that clear. My parents are still together up till today. They've raised 8 children by themselves, come from, of course, Africa. Do you know what I'm saying? Come to this country and whatnot. And for myself, done a good job as far as they could do for what their legacy was and doing. Do you know what I'm saying? I take responsibility for my own actions. So if I'm acting like, yo, I'm gonna take this is what I've done. It doesn't come down to because it's lack of my parents, rare. My parents could tell me, now, Daniel, read a book. It's my mind that's gonna say, oh, I ain't reading no book. Kind of, you know what I mean? So I always feel when you're at the age that you know how to wipe your ass, go toilet, make your own food, do certain things, it's your own responsibility to a degree. Yes, you could be a child or underneath a certain, but you know what you're doing. Just own up to it and cool, we move forward. Kind of.
I mean, how was it when they saw the documentary?
I don't think they did.
They've never seen it?
I don't think they did.
How did you keep that from them?
They just do them. You know, African households, they watch what they watch, they're into what they're into. At the time, nobody was doing documentaries. So if we go back to 2004, 5 BBC documentaries, no one ain't doing that. And they will come into, they filmed me for a whole year. So I brought them to the hood, showed them what's going on, like English people, like, you know what I'm saying? And they saw the vibe, but they were cool because they were intrigued by the culture to understand, wow, like this is how it goes through. But that documentary was just based on kids at that age, well, myself, that was going through, I'm in school, year 9, year 10, I'm going to court, getting in, you know what I'm saying? Not that it's major, but at the time, I shouldn't be, I'm a grown man now to look back and be like, wow, you know, my oldest daughter is almost that age. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
And as a father, how do you do things differently, knowing that I've got a kid now and I was like this when I was a young person? Do you sort of give them that free will, or are you more strict because of how you used to behave?
All right, cool. So I got 2 daughters. So my thing is, regarding my children, I always use myself as an example because my life has been real for myself. My life has been real. I've gone through ups, downs, and all the rest of it. I always try to be honest with them. Anything to regard, my kids have seen my documentary. I've shown them that, for them to understand that, listen, I've messed up, I've done all of that stuff. But plus they're girls, so I don't have the stress of thinking, oh, they're boys, I need to be on them as much. But where the girls, I just feel like, be honest with them, talk to them. life is never going to be perfect. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my God, you know what? Everything's cool. But regarding me and my children's relationship, we're cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they understand. Even when I was away, I had to make them understand, you know, it's not right. But at the time, my head wasn't where my head is today to fully put things into perspective. But you live and learn. You know, you go through certain things. It's for you to necessarily kind of grow with it. If you don't want to grow and it's your ego that's holding you back, then it's too much.
So at the time that you're making music with people who are sort of renowned now, Chip and Double S, where would you rank yourself amongst them at the time?
At the time?
Yeah.
All right, cool. This is me keeping it 101. That's a good question. Very, very good question. Double S, I have to put respect on Double S's name. The Flow Father, he was the number one. We're all in the same crew.
Yeah.
Double was always killing it. With Chip's situation, we met him in a laundry club. I have to also big up my family, my people, them as well, Bun them at the time. Skits, I have to big up Skits, because he was one of the founders that was there from early as well to see it happening. I met Chip at laundry. He was cool. He was like younger than man. We've brought him over to the area. Our crew was already our crew. Yeah. You know, we was already doing our thing kind of thing. And he was already, I think, MCing or learning to spit or what have you. We brought him down, he was cool, we embraced him. All up till today, embraced him. And it was always love. When it got to a certain point for him to, we all probably went our own way. It was always love. So your dad would drop you to my yard, you know, we're recording, we're going radio station, Heat FM, we're doing what we're doing. So it's all cool, everything's all good. Now, and he grew, and it's always been love. It's never been nothing less than that. But I've been in jail 5 years, naturally. And it's not no form of hate. I have to be 101. If I can't be 101, or if anyone comes on your platform and is talking nonsense, the world will see and they will know it's fake. It's just facts. It don't come down to hating for me. It just comes down to this. In life, I had to understand and grow with learning that certain people, I don't even have to put it into words, basically some people would use you and you don't even know. Yeah. Let's just sum it up like that. There's reasons why I say certain things, you know, at the end of the day.
I mean, let's break it down. Are you what I'm trying to hear, right? Because when I was in jail, I think 2008, when I'm hearing this kid Chip, I think it was at 15.
Okay, yeah.
I think I was in Rye Hill, 2008, right. I was in Rye Hill prison, and I'm hearing, oh, this kid Chip. I'm like, who's Chip? I'm in jail, so I've not been hearing them. They're like, nah, this kid from North London, he's hard, sort of thing.
He's cold, yeah.
So, from what I understand what you're trying to say, are you saying that because it's two things, you're saying you guys brought him in, but are you also saying that he kind of used you guys, and once he got what he wanted, he went off and never really showed love again?
It was exactly that.
Yeah.
It was exactly that, without even me saying anything. And there's reasons to it. Now, again, I've supported you all the while. So this is nothing like, oh, I'm sitting there trying to get at Chip. No, like, it's love from my end, anyway, that it's been since we last kicked it, spoke or whatever. It's always been the same. Nothing's been any different. But I feel sometimes when certain people are in certain positions, there's so much people to Tottenham. There's so much more artists to Tottenham. There's so much more that goes on to Tottenham than what people or the masses will see based on a certain artist or what have you. Some people, when they get to some position, they just don't like to give it the real. So if I'm in this position, I can only talk my truth. It doesn't come from no form of place of hate, because naturally you might get some people, oh, he's probably hating on him because of it. Bro, no one doesn't need to hate.
But what I would say, and see from one point of view, or from his point of view, would it be seen as a sense of entitlement on your end? Because end of the day,
no, I don't.
Is that, for example, right? I'll give you an example, right? I coach my football teams, right? We've got hella players who are coming through. Some of them are getting signed, right? I've brought them in. Let's say today one of them gets signed and goes on to make it. He's making his millions a year. He's not entitled to give me anything, because my job was, you know what, let me help you and support you. Now, if you want to, you can, but I'm going to be proud of you regardless, but
right, cool.
I don't need to feel away kind of thing.
Perfect point. My point is this. You've never owed me nothing from the get-go. You're my dog. We was friends. We linked. It was a normal basis. We used to record at mine, go radio station. This is nothing that's major. If I was hating, I could have said this years ago. So it's far from that. But cool. you started to take off, and you was doing your own solo anyway.
Yeah.
After we all broke up as a crew, everyone was. Double still does his own music. I do mine. Big up Sub 10. Sub 10 does his. Everyone's doing what they need to do. But for example, and yes, you're right. No, you don't. You're not entitled to have to shout back the same people that you used to chill with. No, but it's like the same people where you're from are the people that support you.
And to sort of back what you're saying on that point is that I done a video, was it last year, I think? Well, it might have been last year, about OFB, because they're from your side of the area of Tottenham, right? And what I said, what I liked about OFB was that although kind of, I mean, it started with like RV and Heady One, although they were kind of the main faces,
right.
They've now managed to bring in a lot of others under that same umbrella who are now so Heady One don't have to necessarily say here's money, because now I've empowered you by you guys can use that name and you guys go and do what you're doing. So you're saying that that's something that should have been happening.
For me, at the end of the day, I just look at this. Real recognize real. Let's just use that term at the end of the day. So if you're going to be real to yourself, I am not saying because we used to kick it back in the day, you owe me everything. No, I don't. You've gone on to sell over 1 million plus, bro. You've done it for yourself. Well done, on God. I've always congratulated him. I've never ever sat back and never gave you dues where dues are there. But again, it goes back to there's so many more talent from where we're from. Like I could have posted my EP or single or mixtape or whatnot today. It's more than likely on a real recognized real basis, he ain't gonna post it. I care less at the same time, but it's so sad when these are people from where you're from. So what happens? Must I be fake and stay quiet? Do you get where I'm coming from? Or must I be real enough just to, again, this is not a cover interview about him, but seeing as we're on this topic, it's just a case of like, bro, like, you know, there's bigger things out there. There's Double S that's there also. What happened between Double? Like, there's man that's here.
I understand what you're saying, because
I reach out on the level of, for example, yo, hear what? Man's got funds. How much for a verse? You don't hear nothing back. Why does people move so funny? Another example, why does it take, for example, Abracadabra to do something with Crep and Conan? I'm just saying, example, for someone to take notice now because you're popping to want to do something. And that's how it would always look like.
But you know what? I'll be honest with you, right? In life, that's just how it is. I could say, because like when I started doing my whole thing with these stories, like, I had a whole lot of people in Peckham saying, "Oh, well, I'm not doing it." But then all of a sudden, you got people saying, "Oh, I want to reach out." So it's like, what I'll say with that is that people kind of sometimes wait for you to reach a certain level. Because, for example, if I said to Drake, "Yo, Drake, come on, I want to do an interview with you," he probably know you're gonna look at the DM and see anything, right? However, if now Drake sees I'm working for Apple Music and I'm the #1 presenter Apple Music,
there is something.
So sometimes
I understand that theory. I understand
well.
that theory, and I respect it because that's something that what his brother might say to me, like, "Yo, Shots, hear what? Just keep quiet, like, bro, your family." And again, no one ain't here disrespecting him. I'm just keeping it 100. That's all I'm doing. Yeah. So that's something his brother would have said. But my thing goes back to, even if that is the case, I didn't wait for you to blow before I started fucking with you. Real recognize real. Before you was famous, I don't know you then. I know you while we're just here grinding. You're just Jamal with me, as an example. Do you get where I'm coming from? So my thing just goes back to, I want more people. I'm representing Tottenham. N15 and 17, but most importantly, Northumberland Park. But I'm just saying, based on certain types of things, I just feel people could be more real about certain things. I'm not gonna just rep my ends because I'm beefing or lyrically beefing people. You get where I'm coming from?
I mean, let's moving away from Chip, let's kind of talk about that in regards to the beefs that sort of happen in that kind of area sort of thing. I mean, when you were sort of NPK, whatever it was at the time, was it something that where you felt you was representing Tottenham at the time, or you were just strictly on your music, or was it kind of road beef?
I'm gonna break it down like this. I ain't gonna get too much into certain things, car. I'm not one of them, but I came up doing music in Northumberland Park with my Shoddy Crew, my people, them. Who knows. I was doing music at that time, early 2000s anyway, you know. Regarding beef and all of that, I don't even watch all that. I don't watch all that.
So you was kind of like just working.
We was normal doing music, if anything. My part of Tottenham is a part of Tottenham people don't like to talk about. You understand? My part of Tottenham is a part of Tottenham, like, to say we're the forgotten ones. You understand? But we are Tottenham. Because Northumberland Park is Tottenham.
Could you say?
Do you get where I'm coming from?
Because it's funny you say that, because obviously I've been before there was kind of all together, OFB, and now there was a cool NPK in the corner split. I know you probably don't know the politics or anything, but like NPK seem to think that they are blacklisted in the music industry. They call themselves Sin Squad, the young.
Sin Squad, yeah.
Sin Squad. They seem to think as if they're blacklisted.
Yeah.
Do you feel that part of Tottenham is blacklisted in the music industry?
No, I just feel we just need to keep grinding and keep doing what we're doing, because they're doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
Period. I have to big up Sin Squad all the time. They're doing a lot of things, and they're still growing.
Is that people you kind of like know, or you're just hearing about them?
I'm a different generation.
Yeah.
My generation is totally different, but nonetheless, with them now growing, my thing is just keep grinding and keep doing you. Regarding being blacklisted or blackballed, I've never heard of that, but if anyone feels like that, it may be because, okay, cool, cliche, like they're doing them, the other lot are doing them. So if they're making noise, it might look like, all right, well, what's going on here? But I want people to look more into Northumberland Park. I want people to see what the Sin Squads, what the Shotta Ds, what the Double S's, what people are coming out of there are producing and are doing, because there's bigger things that are happening,
So just going back again, so I said it when I posted your documentary on my Instagram channel, I said you could tell from here he's gonna end up going to jail. Did you ever envisage yourself going to jail? And
I
also,
never envisioned myself.
When did you first go to jail? How old was it for?
Right, I never envisioned myself going to jail. So jail, the first time was a idiot thing. It was something like me being on tag, and I'm trying to tell the judge, like, yo, I'm on tag. I've never been on tag in my life. Do you mind if... No, I wasn't on tag, I'm lying. I had a community service order.
Yeah.
Sorry, please forgive me. I had a community service order. I couldn't comply with it because it was just mixing up with me picking up my daughter from school and stuff like that. So I tried to suggest, seeing as I've never been on tag, do you mind if you can put me on tag? So at least then it puts me in the bracket of allowing me to... He was not trying to hear it. Boom, jail. Suspended, what's it?
Suspended sentence.
Suspended sentence activated and boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
And then he put you in, how long did you go in for?
12 weeks through 6. That was a joke, but that's what showed me, someone can have the power of your life in their hands. And just like that, not taking no other alternatives, can just say, bam, jail. That could always be the beginning of the end for the majority of people.
Yeah. And how many times altogether you went to jail?
Two, three times.
Yeah. So the second time was the longer bird?
Then the first one, yeah.
So how long did you get?
3 to a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you said you've done 5 years or something.
Yeah, and that's this one that just came out.
The third one, basically.
Yeah, this is the longest one.
Okay, so I mean, what did you do to take so much time in jail? Why was you in jail for so long?
I took my case to trial. That's really what it come to.
Yeah.
I could have pleaded guilty. And
do you mind telling us what it's for, or is it?
It's over with, so I can talk. Possession of firearm, ammunition.
Yeah.
But if I went guilty, you know the thing. You can go guilty, you plead, you get your whatever off, and you do your bird, you come home. But I was on the vibe of, hold up, you raided the spot when I was there. Cool, no problem. They've now remanded me and I'm in jail, and you've double backed and you happen to come across something and you're coming to me when I'm in jail telling me about firearm. Bro, let's go court.
Well, you're saying that route, you didn't...
In my head, in first I wanted to just plead guilty, but then I'm just thinking, bro, like how? I was none aware of you could still be found in possession of a firearm due to acknowledgement. Okay. And people that don't read Archibald reading that, yo, it's not a joke, but I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, talk us through that. I mean, you're someone who told me like you've grown up just into your music, and
it was just music.
What you're doing. So how is it now? Feds, I found a gun in your possession. Cool.
At that time, anyway, I feel personally I wasn't in a good mental state. Should I say? It's the best way to say it. A lot of people hear mental health and they think, oh, someone's gone mad. I have never been diagnosed of nothing, but I'm so in tune with myself. And I could be real with myself to accept certain things like, right, you know what, nah. I was really on my demise at that time. So much things was going wrong for me, wrong. And I ain't gonna get into the purposes of why, boom, but I'm on bail, sleeping with my burner underneath my pillow. Imagine.
Are you thinking someone's coming, or are you just paranoid?
I wouldn't even call it paranoia, because sometimes you just know what life is. It's one of them. And I could be a person, I'm so in tune with things. I know what's what, like, so at the time anyway, I was more like, yeah, all right, cool. But if anything, not me, it was like that. I was on all that, not me. But when feds come to the yard and that, and I woke up, I'm waking up to hearing noises, the soaring door and all of that. I thought I'm getting robbed. When I woke up and clocked, I'm like, what? So all this shit I've been thinking, yo, this is it now. But gone to the window's black. I'm like, right, but not knowing these people have got shields up to the thing. So I'm thinking, right, ran upstairs to the windows, busting open windows, lasers are coming in windows. So I'm ducking. In my head, I was thinking, yo, bust the top one, dash it. They had it covered.
So, I mean, what did you ever find out why they targeted you? Was there sort of intelligence?
Some stupid thing. So, again, you grow and learn, but it's like, observation is the same on the road, it's the same in prison. Just watch who you're around. Some people are just so they're so big. One sell every canteen, one sell noodles, everything. They're just so loud. Sometimes you have to just walk. It's big, but
you know that was me though. You know, I was the shop man.
But I know the shop man. You get me? But it was all of that stuff still. But again, I was in a bad place mentally in my head. I'm linking people that on a real. Why am I even around certain people? None be told. Like to myself, I was none the wiser. Certain people, feds are watching them for certain other purposes regarding what they found me for. Do you get where I'm coming from? So I'm just glad I weren't a part of that.
I mean, at this period, and what's going on in terms of music? Was you still making music at the time, or was you just like not making music?
I was not making music. I was not doing nothing with myself. I was really in that type of. If I'd be real, at that time, let me not say certain things, but it could have been sticky.
I mean, so you end up going to jail. Would you say jail saved you at the time? Then maybe
jail saved me. If I never went to jail, I would have killed someone. Straight up. Not that I'm sitting there trying to brag. I'm not a madman. I ain't going out here doing nothing. I'm fully legit. Let me make that clear. I'm fully legit. But at the time, my mental state, for free, easy.
So, I mean, how was that experience in jail, knowing you're going to be away for 5 years? How did you deal with that mentally as well?
I was already in there for a minute. So by the time I got to Old Bailey, it was like, all right, it's a day out of jail. You know, one of them ones there, like you just wake up early, put on your clothes, you go. And I bust my first case. So from then now, I'm super gassed. I'm like, yo, man's going home. Hopefully I'll bust the next thing, I'm gone. Them feds, their faces went red or pink when I beat that first one. When I've gone to the next one, they've come with different evidence, more. Oh, look, the way the thing was wrapped and this and that and that. And the way it looked, it was just fucked to the nick of some black woman to read out the verdict, and it was a planting. But by then I was already deep into my sentence. Whatever you was gonna give me, it was already.
And how did family sort of see it at the time? Was you the only one from your family that went to jail at the time as well?
No, my little brother was in jail as well at the time, my younger brother.
So, I mean, how was that for the family?
It was a very bad timing. Bare things happened around that sort of period. It was like one after the other. It was like the Tottenham riots, you know. And then my little brother went in jail. I started kind of feeling angry at the world, kind of vibe. You know, the one that I ended up going to jail. Then, God forbid, God bless her though. My mum ended up having a stroke when I was in jail. You know, like these were wake up calls to me though. Things was happening. But I believe, the Most High saved me and put me in prison for a reason, just to kind of keep me away. Because there's more of a vibe of, nah, you ain't trying to do certain stuff. You know, the ones that sit down, get yourself together, and come back and pattern. I've always been a smart guy, never a stupid person. But sometimes in life you could be easily distracted.
And when did you get out last year?
May the 7th last year.
So during the COVID?
During COVID, so it was mad. I've been knowing about COVID from December. You know, before the December 2019. So I'm in jail just COVID, that's what we're talking about. Everyone's already covering up themselves. It's only when I come out, it's like that's the first time the outside world is trying to listen to what's happening. But everything's slow. So that was cool because you don't have to see so much.
I mean, I was gonna say, did that help you as well? Because sometimes that pressure when you come out of jail, like everyone's out and about, so you feel, oh damn, I need to impress people. But during COVID, everyone's sort of away from each other, and that helped you sort of have time to.
Anyone that knows Shotta, I'm good. I will always bounce back. Even if I'm not alright, I'm alright at the same time. Do you know what I'm saying? I would always be good. In terms of, I'm not saying I'm involved like I'm involved, but I'm out here, like I see everything. You know what I'm saying to you? I see everything. So I will see someone and just know what it is. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So I'm not worried about in terms of how fast things are gonna go, because I already know how fast things are. But for me, sometimes being away will make you see that some people on the roads are even doing shitter than you are. Believe me, you're doing a lot of great things. So again, I have to big yourself up, bro. You know, 10 times. Seriously, you're doing a lot of good things. But there's a lot of people that are probably, the last time you see them, they're probably more or less doing the same thing. And since then till now, they probably ain't even elevated that much. So sometimes being out here or not giving yourself no time to really take time away from shit, whether it's social media, whatever. I'm not telling people to self-imprison themselves and whatever, but try to take some time out for yourself, you know, to get yourself together. You might think you're all right, but talk to yourself, you know what I'm saying to you? Get your shit together. Like, life is real like that. It's easy to see a tramp and be like, hey, look at my man. It's easy to become that. Trust me.
In regards to what was the sort of thinking about coming out of jail and saying, you know what, I'm going to try and go back and do a bit of music again?
I see Snap in jail, Potter, I was in jail, Squeaks. There was a good couple faces in there. So I was thinking, right, you know what? Now's your time. Mazer from N-Dubs. Me and him as sitting there rapping, like, not Phaser, Mazer, the producer.
The hench brother.
With the gold teeth and the glasses. Yeah. So I was like, bro, when we come out, we should, you know, make something happen. And he's like, yo, bro, just hit me up. And he used to play the pianos. He was cold with it. He used to just boom, 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 boom. But it was always, again, I'm still learning. So that would be the first time he's telling me, yeah, it was me that was behind that track by N-Dubs at the time. I was like, okay. So now I'm gassed as a fan, still trying to learn, getting the album and just sitting there and listening to it, because I'm a sound man. I listen to sounds and everything. And just thinking, yeah, man, this could really happen. Then I'm listening on the radio more now. I'm tuned into radio and I'm just hearing bare man blowing fruit. The one that got my attention at the time, who got my attention? Really like that in jail. I don't even know. I can't remember because probably like the Skeptors. I'm sure I see that video. I see 1, 2 video. You know, you're using USBs and that, but I'm seeing visuals like, yo, everyone's lit. Nah. Because again, in your mind, you're going by how it was on the road. And in everyone's mind, they were lit before they left. So I'm thinking, right, everyone's lit like that? No. All right, cool. I need to bounce back. So
since then, like
grind mode.
Grind
mode. I come out on a vibe of, listen, it's all or nothing regarding the music. Like, we really need to push. This is why I even slightly said about Chip, because it's always love regarding myself and where I'm from. And we come up like that. We come up showing nothing but love. Do you get where I'm coming from? But I just feel sometimes when you grow and learn and you see certain things like, rah, was it even love though? I checked for you, genuinely. You know, I checked for you, bro. And I don't hear certain reach backs. Forget even me. I sit back sometimes from the third person and look at Double S and could be like, rah, like, we're all bros regardless. Like, I'm man enough to still be like, yo, Mario, wagwan, like, hit up, bro, let bro, boom, boom, and vice versa. So it just hurts sometimes when you know that, rah, you could be just as genuine, or you could try that little bit more. Forget me. But even for the hood, plenty of artists, plenty of talent. It shouldn't take for someone to be somewhere, for some people to be like, we see it. And it's like, I don't play with it. If it's not Purple City or Northumberland Park, I'm not really involved in listening to what's going on like that, I swear to God.
So in regards to sort of Double S and Sub 10, is that something that we can look forward to in terms of collaborations?
Double S is my brother from another mother from day one. Again, these are the same people I grew with. I'm still with them today. Nothing ain't different. That's why I said in my lyric. And it's not direct at Chip, please. He's my nigga. Chip, you're my nigga. Poor gang, all of that. But I'm just saying, 20 years and some change, no cap. My niggas never switch up for views and plaques or for fame and plaques. Because the same people I'm with, no matter whether they went gold, silver, they can still holler. They'll still come to my crib. It is what it is. But again, everyone has their lives. I understand it is what it is. But bro, I'm tired of just bare fakery here and there. Be real. If you're not real with man, don't fuck with man, period. Because that's how I am. When I represent people, I represent them to the fullest. When I represent Tottenham, I represent Tottenham to the fullest. But even more so, and firstly, Northumberland Park. No one don't talk about where we're from. No one don't bring where we're from. No one ain't. And it's Powers. Everyone knows Northumberland Park Powers. And everyone else is talking. I could be sitting there baiting out bare things. It's not even that type of party. It's just more like, yo, Northumberland Park, period. That's all I'm screaming. People that don't know, get to know. Anyone that's watching this, they already know what it is, without even me needing to say certain things. You know what I mean? But look forward to the music. You understand? Shotta D, I've got a lot of music coming. That's what's more important. I'm not sitting there on some, yo, what? It's more like, yo, music's coming. I'm fresh out. I've got a lot to offer to the game. I've got a crazy story to tell. People who people think is lit ain't lit. I've been there. I'm the Uncle Murder. Watch me. I'm the Uncle Murder of this UK thing. I'm going to say it how it is. You understand? Whoever don't like me, get ready for what's going to come.
So in terms of like, what vibe are we looking at? Is it hip hop? Is it grime?
I started off doing grime, and it is a grime thing, but don't get me wrong. It's nothing for me to cross and venture Afrobeat. I'm African. It's nothing for me to jump on an Afrobeat. It's nothing for me to jump on a techno or garage or
But
grime.
do you think, cause I was saying this the other day, right? Do you think grime will forever be grime and have its place in history in the UK? But do you think has had its moment and there's sort of a subculture of it now that there's still some people who fuck with it, but you can't really have that commercial success with it anymore?
100% you can. I think life is swings and roundabouts. Yeah. It's only what's hot for today. For today it could be drill. To tell you the truth, I'm tired of that. How many times did I this? How many times, bro? How many times did nothing? I was in jail with a bag of man. And how many times did I save certain man? How many times did I see man and man went on nothing? I'm telling you, music is just music for the ear. A lot of man just talk. A lot of man just talk. I swear to God, Northumberland Park, we're the realest out here. Tottenham, NPK to the death, and it is what it is. Shotta D, look forward to what's coming. Double S, look forward to what's coming. Sin Squad, look forward to what they're doing. Bigger things are happening musically. Musically, I want people to understand this. Listen to the music, you know. You got pumps, you know. There's a lot of man out there that are doing them. So I want to give credit to where I'm from and glorify that. The whole of Northumberland Park. No one ain't hiding nothing. I'm not on here with a bally. I'm not on here doing no fugazi stuff. If you know me, you know me, and know that I'm a really humble person. But I've just come out on a vibe of, now that I'm in the industry, bro, I'm just hungry. I'm hungry and I'm tired of people that are capping, always talking some form of nonsense. And I listen to people's music. I'm not a hater. You understand? There's like, if a song's on, I'm not gonna, it is what it is. Whether I take notice of what you're actually saying and believe in you is two different things.
Who do you fuck with right now in the UK?
In the UK, musically?
Yeah.
I fuck with Snap's music. Because Snap talks that talk, for me, that I can connect with. Let me start from where I'm from. I fuck with Sin Squad's music. I fuck with everyone from Northumberland Park's music. I fuck with, who else's music do I fuck with? If it's not really my niggas outside of that, that's not Tottenham, because that's all I listen to is my niggas in Tottenham. I don't listen to no one else. It doesn't really draw me like that. It don't do nothing for me. Outside of that, I listen to Potter, I can't lie. I listen to Chip, I can't lie. I listen to Skepta. Skepta's cold, he just dropped his new EP. I'm a music man and I'm still growing and learning. Nothing about me is trying to come in the game with the same attitude of what people saw when I was 15. I'm a grown man, I'm a family orientated man. I have 2 daughters, you understand, that I provide for legally. You know, I'm not a lot of kids' ages, but at the same time, I'm still young. I was just young doing things early. I was out here when a lot of man that I rap in this thing here today was not out here. The facts will all start revealing by itself. You know, we was outside before people saying we're outside. Yeah, man, I'm tired of bare fakery. It's all gonna stop. With me in the game now, bro, it's exclusive from Big Ego. You understand? Fresh from Shotta himself. All that fakery stops today. It's all done with. No one ain't doing all that no more. I'm not allowing people to be talking bare songs. People, let me.
So what are we looking at for now? Is there a song coming out?
So I got my EP coming out. Yeah, so I got my single Corpse. The single's out now. You can get it on Spotify, stream it. You can buy it off Apple Music and all them digital platforms. My video is being edited. It should be sent back to me today, if not by latest tomorrow, because this is the last week of him editing the video. I'm putting it out there. The video was just a quick introduction. Big up Stilo as well. Big up Greatness Dex. Big up Skepta for supporting the thing. It was just more like, all right, I'm fresh in. Where people last remember me from would have been from my music crew. You understand? The Shoddy era. Like for those that are man's age group and that come up in man's time. Because a lot of people are like, right, we ain't heard from you guys in a while. So for me, it was an idea to do my first single with the same ones I started with. Do you get where I'm coming from? Because it's like the Locks, we just have fun with it. You know what I'm saying to you, kind of vibe. And I just thought, you know what, put it out there. But everything after the fact, people would just be hearing exactly what I've got to say. Whether it's going to be, I'm Grime birthed me. It is what it is. Do you get where I'm coming from? But outside of that, yeah, I'll venture with 1-2 songs, but everything is grime. And again, music is swings and roundabouts. I'm not saying drill's dead. I'm not. There's bare drill songs I like. K-Trap, he's got hella bangers. Just recently, it's only Skepta's EP I've been on repeat, if I'm being real. There's certain sound. Big up Bossman Birdie as well. I listen to hell of him. Really just, I keep it real. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, fuck everyone and fuck them and fuck them. I don't have time for that, bro. If you're not getting money, I don't have time to put energy into it. But musically, I'm one to be fucked with. We're just, again, a place where a lot of people don't want to talk about. A lot of people don't want to put no light on us. But if you know, you know. So stop holding the doors down. Stop trying to not bring us. Stop trying to, like, you know, what is, you know? And what is now. Right now, it's Purple City, Purple Block. You know, Northumberland Park, That's what it is. We got loads of good music coming, loads of good artists coming through. And I just want to big up everyone from there, genuinely. Because everyone puts in a lot of work, bro. It's just so sad sometimes when you know this, but you don't really, you don't really see it too much places. So I'm original, we've been doing my music and whatnot. Now I just feel like I'm back and in a good place to really, put things into perspective properly.
All right, say no more, people. That there was Shotta D, NPK.
NPK, big up everyone, big up system, free up all the man them, you get me? Big up my system brothers, free up all the man them, always. Purple block. Yes.